Coach, do coaches get a gut feeling when the season starts? And I mean, do you tell your wife, oh man, we're going to be really good? I mean, do you get a feel?
You know what? You as you go through practice, you'll get a feel on kind of how good you can be. So yes, coaches do get a gut feeling. You know, as far as because what you have is something compared to the last fall camp. You know, so yes, coaches do.
So where's your gut?
Great question. My gut is that we're better at this point this year than we were last year defensively. So that's a good thing.
Has your gut feeling panned out years past?
Yes, because I just trust what I see on film. So it's not one of them gut feelings where you're hoping and wishing. My gut feelings come off of what I watch on the video. So the video doesn't lie, and I trust my eyes. So my gut feeling is at this point this year we are better defensively than we were last year.
Coach, one of the standout moments that I saw from our time last year was the moment during after the last episode where you and Coach Malzahn were walking into the locker room together. You've been around Coach Malzahn for a really long time, so can you just kind of explain the bond that you have with him?
Oh, that's my guy. Like, this is year 11. Like, this is year 11 total, not straight, for me just working with Coach Malzahn. And you know what I like about Coach is he allows me to be me. Like I'm different now. Like I'm high energy. I love music. You know, I love up on the players, and like he allows me to be me. So for me, that's a really good feeling. We're friends before this football deal. And what he knows about me, I'm super loyal. So there's not a lot of loyal people just in the world, period. I love his wife. His wife and my wife are really close, and you know, and I try to do my best to make sure Coach Malzahn is successful. You know, I think that's my number one job.
How much would you say you have grown? Like, what's the difference between the Travis Williams that first met Coach Malzahn to the Travis Williams we're seeing right now?
Oh, the Travis Williams that first met Coach Malzahn, I wasn't married. I didn't have 3 kids, so that's a big change there. So that alone would change a person, you know. But from day one, I've always been high energy. I've always been a person that was big on relationships with my players, and even when I was a graduate assistant, like I'm a big relationship person. So I would say the main thing that changed is over the 11 years, now I'm married and have 3 kids. So with that, a lot can change.
You mentioned last time you talked to the media how Landon Woodson and Quade Mosier have had some injury setbacks. Have you gotten a chance to go with the trainer and how that's
No, because I was with the media 2 days ago. So it's just one of those deals where they have some things, and we're going to kind of wait and see what the verdict is with those guys. And it's one of those, just kind of see what the trainer says.
How would you say the linebacking room has progressed? Because now of course you have those guys in there now. So do you feel like now you really have something you can work with as far as the linebackers go?
Yes, I have something to work with there, and very pleased with the guys that we brought in. And it was a need at that position for those guys to come in and play. And we have guys with experience, and so every day is like a fun day of just seeing the progress of the position. So three practices in, you see some things that we can work with, and going into practice 4 tomorrow. And so every day is very, very pleasing just watching those guys get better every day. So by the time we play the first game, we'll be ready to roll.
How has Jeremiah Jean-Baptiste kind of grown into a leader? Because obviously, you know, he is like the one linebacker with the most UCF playing experience coming back.
So he's always been a natural leader. He's a guy, when we came last year, from day one, we saw him and was like, wow, he's very talented. And then once you get around him even more, like, oh, he has leadership skills and leadership qualities. And he was voted a team captain this year, and so he's a leader of the team. You know, he's one of the leaders of the team. So it's very, very good when you have a guy like that. He's been awesome the first 3 practices, and we're going to ask him to do a lot of different things as far as quarterbacking the defense and getting guys lined up. And, you know, we may send him on different pressures and different things like that because he has a skill set rushing the passer as well. So, I mean, you're talking about, before we even get to football, you're talking about a superhuman being. So I'm glad he's on our side. I'm glad I'm able to be his coach.
What What would you say is the biggest difference between what you want to see out of linebackers at the end of the season to now? Like, what do you want to see the linebackers do before the end of the season? And then same question for the entire defense as a whole.
Yeah. So the linebackers just continue to get better, and then when we watch the linebackers at UCF, like I want that to mean something. I want that. I want the former linebackers that come through here. When they watch the total defense, I know naturally they're gonna watch the linebackers. I want to put a proud product on the field, because I'm a linebacker at heart. I played linebacker, so I want to have those guys that came through and paved the way look at the linebackers and say, wow, they playing some good ball. And I want the guys that play defense to look at the film on TV or watching the TV copy or watching us live and be proud of the product that's out there. So it's bigger than Travis Williams and the defense. Like it's guys that really take this serious, guys that play defense here, guys that laid the foundation. So every time we go out there, we try to make those guys proud.
Where do you want to see this team get to? Like, what does this team need to do in order to get to where it wants to be at the end of the season?
Just keep getting better. Just keep getting better, because if we stay the same, we're getting worse. So just keep getting better each day, and have a mindset of just development. It's still a developmental sport. So if they come out each day with a mindset of getting better, the end results will take care of itself.
Talking to some of the seniors earlier, some on your side of the ball, you said it was important for them to be successful this year, not just for themselves, for the team, but to vault the program into the Big 12. I know you're not looking ahead, but is that motivating for a coach to try and help them accomplish that?
Yeah, so each year, doesn't matter if you're going to a new conference or staying in a conference, it's all about the seniors. So you want to send those guys out on a high note. So everything that we do, because we want those guys to have a great experience. We want those guys to have a great season. So everything we do, we want to send those guys out on a high note. So doesn't matter the circumstances of conferences or anything. We owe it to those seniors to give it our best, and we owe it to them so they can leave out on a great note.
Thank you, Coach.
How good